sports. It's in the game.
That wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his left. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. This 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Play action. Here's Stroud. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Stroud off the play fake. A quick throw, but incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Play action. Stroud now. He's got the hook up with Diggs. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Stroud on 3rd down now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
He'll take this to the 46. 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Palmer, 46 yards. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of...
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins with an amazing diving catch. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. Down the right sideline. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Stroud now to throw. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing now is Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he whips that one incomplete there. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Stroud's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Pushes him over. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Devontae Turpin now from his end zone. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff, and that might set the tone for what could be a physical game. They start the drive with Vaughn. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On second down, it's Vaughn. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we this first quarter. A tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run here with Lipke. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 27-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 56 yards. So the fullback, the beef, normally the lead blocker, shows that he can run it a long ways as well.
And he does have an ability to run away from people, but you and I both know he'd rather run through people when he carries the ball.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Dowdle. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Being chased out left. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting home that time to Marby and Overshown. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. Fourth down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down. Second down, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Vaughn on 1st and 10. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A run. Here's Lipke. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On the run, it's Dowdle. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
The best thing that ever happened to Mario Edwards Jr., in my estimation, was moving from defensive end into defensive tackle.
Why is that?
I think he had such good size, but his quickness now is overwhelming when he works inside against guards and centers. And that allows him to make plays as one we just saw there, getting into the backfield and getting a tackle for the loss.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. A running play, it's Dowdle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Prescott going to change the play. Second and 9 now. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Here's Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And this one is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They run here with Dowdle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Stroud. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Stroud looking to throw. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Stroud. And he wisely will throw that one away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. DeMarvion Overshown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And he's able to get it back to the... EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston in the Space City at NRG Stadium. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here's Richardson to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. In motion right is Pittman. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This pass left side to Downs. Touchdown Colts. Josh Downs, 34 yards. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 61 yards. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Oh,
hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Richardson back to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Richardson's throw caught by Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 48 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense. Stroud off the play fake. They'll let this go deep for Collins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Oh, this is blocked. The Colts have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Richardson going to change the play here. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
Pierce in motion left.
Trying to punch it in with Taylor. Nice move at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
So how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley Cox, 54 yards. And the Colts add 6 to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted.
They'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Come on. Hey, gotta be lying. Hiking, they
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Play action. Stroud now. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now Stroud.
Flushed out right.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now Richardson going to shift things up.
Richardson throwing to start the drive.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now they'll change things up. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. Now 2nd and 9. Pierce in motion left. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 47 yards. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
On the option left, Richardson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Richardson going to move him around. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8. A give for Taylor running right side.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. In motion right is Pittman. First carry now for Trey Sermon.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that they have the goods.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, it's Sermon.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Trey Sermon
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Stroud sets up the play action. They'll let this go deep for Collins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get